Good morning.
So we're here today to talk a little bit about mindfulness in the hectic holiday season. And how do we simply be mindful, and how do we manage stress during this hectic...
Wonderful time of year.
Yeah. It's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be a wonderful time of year, but unfortunately for a lot of people, it's an extremely stressful time. So what is mindfulness?
Mindfulness for me is just being aware and being present. When I think of trying to find a quiet place, a quiet corner to sit, that actually stresses me out more than anything. Because sometimes it's hard. Like right now it's 7:05. We're just waiting for someone to wake up here. So that's why we thought this morning would be a great time to kind of dive into mindfulness, what it's about in the midst of our own chaos, right? So for me, it's just being present. When somebody wakes up and comes around the corner, it's about being present with them. When the dogs are barking, it's about being present with them as well. So it's just getting the fullest out of each moment, I guess. How about you?
Stress is caused, or one of the major causes of stress is wishing you were doing something else, or wishing something else was happening when reality is happening, right? And if you can get congruent with what is happening and what your expectation is. In other words, every morning is going to be chaos. And if you can get your head around that and simply be present with it, rather than wishing that the kids would be more like adults, or wishing that the kids would pick up their stuff, or wishing that they would be on time or whatever, because they're not going to be, and they aren't any day, right? So you have to just get present with that, and it's simply the fact. Being mindful is simply accepting the truth in front of you.
And I find if I bring that rushed feeling into the moments, nothing goes quicker. It actually goes slower. So if I just let that rushed feeling go, and some mornings you are on a deadline. Maybe you're alone in your home, but you wake up late, or traffic starts to get you. When you bring in that rushed feeling, it just makes everything worse. So you just have to let go, and you know what, I'm going to get there when I get there. Or
I tell patients frequently that your car should be your meditation chamber, in quotes, because, and air quotes, because you shouldn't close your eyes, right? But if you're simply present, I mean, the person in front of you is doing something stupid, right? They're not paying attention, they're texting, whatever. Well, just be mindful of them. If the traffic is slower than you'd like it to be, well, there's nothing you can do about that. So simply be present with it. And it's the difference between getting to wherever you're trying to go like this because you've been so frustrated by it, and getting there relaxed. And imagine getting there relaxed. You're going to get there probably at exactly the same time, whether you're trying to weave in and out of traffic or you're just staying in your lane.
It's like moving to the quick lane at the grocery store. It inevitably slows down. So the same thing is with traffic.
Yeah.
Now, we have a smaller commute. It's less than a mile. But I even find it hard to, usually when we get in the car, he's driving to work, and I already have my work emails up, and I'm starting on them. And a lot of times I have to be like, no, Elizabeth, you can wait 3 more minutes and just be present with him for those few minutes that we get. So it's real, and mindfulness isn't about being perfect, I think. It's about being aware and really working on just trying to be present.
So I want to end with a practice, right? Meditation and those kinds of things are about practice. But here's a practice that I really like. So I start by just feeling the air going in and out of my nose. Just feeling the feeling of, I can feel the air going in and out of my nose. And then as that brings me to just thinking about this right here, right? I'm just thinking about this, the air going in and out of my nose, then I start to think about more, just start to open up what I'm experiencing, not what I'm thinking about, but what I'm sensory experiencing. So right now, I'm feeling my breath going in and out. I feel that my sweater, frankly, is a little too thick. I'm a little bit warm. I hear our dogs barking in the background a little bit. I'm just becoming sensory aware.
I'm having hot flash. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so hot right now. I'm sorry. See, this is what mindfulness is about. Go off camera and take off my sweater.
So, just taking a moment, or sometimes I like to talk about, or I do myself, but I like to talk to people about a mindfulness walk where you're walking, and so anything that is a sensory input is fair game. So, at this time of year, it's not going to be the pretty flowers, it's going to be the pretty ice crystals. But the pretty ice crystals, the snow, the way they're on, the ice is on the trees, the cold on your face, whatever it is, those sensory, or like in my case this morning, we have 2 Newfoundlands, and they were running around, and they were cute as could be. But they also poop, so I got the sensory input of the poop in my face when I walk by that. I mean, any I'm being a little silly, but anything that is a sensory input. And then when you start thinking, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Well, try to say, well, I'm gonna do that later. Those are valid things. It's okay. I do need to do those things, but I'm doing them later. Right now, for these 5 minutes, I'm just experiencing what's immediately in my sensory sphere. So that's mindfulness. And the idea is with that practice, you get better at bringing that sense of mindfulness into...
Carol.
Yeah.
We're working on it, Carol.
You know a good hormone specialist? She just peed on her blot papers for a Dutch test the other day.
Love Dutch.
Yeah. Anyway, and by the way, good morning, Carol.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. And we wanted to make this very short, and I think we're already longer than we're meant to be.
Just
so
a quick little
good
morning.
Yep.
And he was so mad at me last night when I told him it was at 7 a.m. He's like, why would you do that? I was like, because that's real. Like, that's like our crazy time in the morning. So, why not bring mindfulness into that? So
it's not too crazy yet.
And actually, knock on wood. There's nobody awake yet.
There will be a 2-year-old.
Dogs,
will be a 2-year-old up in a moment, and an 11-year-old up in a moment, and 3 dogs, indoor dogs, up in a moment, and. All right, well, you guys have a wonderful day. Think about mindfulness and just being present and
being in those moments. Taking those breaths.
And by the way,
and just enjoying life.
How does it work to get in the drawing for our book?
If they go back to Monday, our team we have a great team that helps coordinate all this for us. They put in the steps, and I think Carol did all those steps. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So, we will see you next time.
Yeah. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your week.
Yeah. And here we go.